Hey guys, we are on the Copper Cycle preview of our year, an awesome lab, and we are on page 1, 2, 3, we're on page 4 right now, procedure. Alright, so it says weigh out 0.3 grams of copper powder using a pre-weighed or tiered weigh boat. So there's my weigh boat, and I have already tiered it. So if you look right here, so 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, we're over 2.4. Then you have these little marks right here, 2.41, 2.42, but it's not quite all the way to 2.42. So we can legitimately say this is 2.419 grams to the thousandth place. So we had 2.419, I need to add 0.3 grams. So that would be 2.719 would be perfect. 2.719, and I'll add the copper until it balances perfectly. Oops, I think I added too much already. I did, doggone it. Zero grams. Actually, we're out to the thousandth place. Place the copper powder in a 250 milliliter beaker and bring the beaker to the fume hood. So my cords don't quite reach over the fume hood, so I'm going to have to do this here and hold my breath and be very careful. Slowly add 4 milliliters of concentrated nitric acid. This is my pipette, or my pipette. This is a 5 milliliter pipette, and so I want to suck this up to the 1 mark. Right there. In this case it's good. And there it goes. Now there is some nasty chemical coming out of there. So I'm going to turn the fume hood on. And let that suck the bad stuff out. Be right back. Woo! That's bad. Okay, so it's been a few minutes and the reaction occurred, and it looks like we've got some copper that's turned from elemental copper to copper that's in a compound. This is copper nitrate, or copper 2 nitrate. It's a nice blue color. The gases, those toxic gases, have gone away, and I'm ready for number 4, I guess. And so I've answered these questions right here. Including going to the back page and filling in the chemical reaction. And it's time to use a graduate cylinder to add about 30 to 35 milliliters. So when I wrote 30 to 35 milliliters, I meant anywhere in between 30 to 35. It doesn't really matter too much. So add that to the beaker. All right, just to give it a little bit of volume. Swirl it a little bit to mix it. And then the next thing is, using a different pipette, add 10 milliliters of sodium hydroxide. So here's my NaOH sodium hydroxide. It's 4 molar, so it's half as strong as the 8 molar nitric acid. And I'll take my pipette, which is green, and my pipette, which is made out of glass. Sometimes they're made out of plastic, and add and suck up 10 milliliters. And there are 10 milliliters of NaOH, and put it in the solution. Ooh, it's kind of interesting. So I hope you can see that there's a nice, solid, dark compound in the bottom of this beaker. So I was very careful about sodium hydroxide. My fingers don't feel slippery, so I think that I did not get sodium hydroxide on them. And then I put my hot plate to a medium setting. Actually, I had it a little bit too hot, I think. And I'll put it on there and let it go for a little bit. Ooh, it's turning darker in color now. The dark blue is turning to a blackish color. Now I just added sodium hydroxide. If you think back to the different kinds of compounds there was sodium oxide, there was sodium hydroxide, there's sodium sulfate, and sodium nitrate that are all part of this lab. I wonder which one this is. Look at the circle on the last page, and that should tell you what's going on here. Use tongs to remove the beaker, like that. Although if you're careful and you grab from the top, it might be okay. But it says to use the tongs, so I'm going to use the tongs. And I'll set it here. I have my funnel. I have my filter paper. And I don't have to weigh this filter paper. Sometimes you do. Fold like a taco in half. Fold it up like a piece of pizza. Open it up so the ice cream can't get out of the cone. And the next thing is, take my solution. Oops, don't forget waste beaker. And we'll pour this through the filter paper. And so now I'm going to let this go. I forgot to write my name, my letters on the top of the filter paper with a pencil. Shame on me, but I'm the only one here. So that should work. Finished through number 9. So I should be finished for the day.